Yo, what's going on, man? Today is October the 31st. It's Halloween, man. We got a Halloween show for the people. ChrisBeCappinn show, live on Twitter. I'm also live on YouTube as always. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. It's only a three-game slate for today, but we also got some numbers that's available for tomorrow. So we'll do the best that we can. We're capping the three-game card. I do think it's a couple of spots on the board. Keep it honest with you guys. I haven't officially bet anything for today. Just really don't like the slate a lot, but we'll see. Do me a favor as you guys enter, hit the like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Definitely follow on Twitter if you guys haven't already, and turn the notification bell on if you guys want to know when I go live as well. Yesterday, quick recap of yesterday. I didn't update the banner, but I did have the Pacers -3. The Bulls actually showed up to play yesterday, and Pacers missed a bunch of threes. I watched the whole game. Pacers especially in the second half, just really could never could really go on a run like I expected them to. So they ended up losing the game by 7, I think. So Pacers -3 was trash. I had Halliburton over 10.5 assists at plus money. That did cash. I had LaMelo over 20.5 points. LaMelo is in a bad slump. I'm not sure what's going on with Melo right now. But I love the spot for him against Brooklyn. That didn't cash. I also was on the Pelicans. I didn't give out the Pelicans because the line had moved to 4.5, but I personally took the Pelicans -2.5. They also got smacked up at home. Of course, Brandon Ingram was ruled out late. I definitely wouldn't have played it had I known that. And then the Magic +3.5, I did cash that last night. So overall, it wasn't the greatest day. It wasn't the worst day. Just kind of, keeping our head above water right now. Today we have three plays on not three plays. We have three games on the card, so we're gonna jump right into it. Probably a bit of a shorter show just because I do got to take the little man trick-or-treating tonight. So let's jump into it. We got the Knicks and the Cavs first up. We got the Knicks actually laying 3.5 points as a road favorite against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This game to me screams under, and I didn't bet it, right? The total opened at 216, and it's been bought all the way down to, I see all the way low as a 212.5. So the books are expecting a lot of points at all in this game. We know that this is a rematch of what happened last year in the first round of the playoffs. It was a the 3-seed Cleveland Cavaliers who were upset by the 4-seed Cleveland Cavaliers upset by the 5-seed New York Knicks. And now you get a Knicks team that's I just want to make sure I got the most updated injury news real quick. Because this game had a bunch of injury implications, which is why I kind of wanted to stay off of this one. I didn't like I said, I didn't play anything in this one just because I do think that things can move. I'll tell you guys this though. I think the Knicks do seem to be the right side, but if the Cavs were ever going to be motivated for a game, I do think it would be this game. Just because of how they lost in the playoffs last season. I'm trying to get the most updated injury news real quick just to see if we got any updates before I continue, because it really doesn't matter if you don't have that news, then it can change. One player can change all of the different ways that you bet. So let's see. I don't see anything that looks like Jonathan Isaac, but I don't see any injury news for this game. Karis LeVert, president shoot around, likely to be a game time decision. That helps us none. And then, of course, Donovan Mitchell was present at shoot around as well. I do think that Donovan Mitchell is going to play. I saw his points prop all the way at 30.5, which is kind of telling because if Donovan Mitchell points prop is at 30.5, they're only projected to score like 104 points. That means he's going to do 1/3 of the scoring. And that's probably going to be about right. I think Karis LeVert's in a good spot tonight. I will tell you guys, for people who don't know, Jared Allen was already ruled out of this game, so he won't play. And I don't like backing the Cavs without Jared Allen. Karis LeVert also questionable with a hamstring injury, and Darius Garland is also out. So I do feel like even though it's a playoff revenge spot, I do feel like the Knicks should be able to get right in this spot. I also looked at some trends for this game. Last year when the Knicks were when they were in closely contested games, I talked about this when they were playing against the Atlanta Hawks the other day. When they were in closely contested games, small short point spread, they did have a really good record against the spread and straight up. I think it was 11-5 straight up, maybe 9-3 or something like that against the spread when they were laying or catching 3.5 points, anywhere in that line. So it feels like it should be a Cavs spot, but I can't back the Cavs here, especially given how injured they are. So, and I also lean towards the under. The Knicks have also they've struggled to score the ball throughout the entirety of the season. So the Cavs have as well. Neither one of these teams can consistently score the ball. I do think you get a much more concerted effort. Cavs should be locked in this spot. I'll tell you guys one thing I was looking for that I never could find available. Last time I checked was maybe like 2 hours ago. I want Strus threes in this game. I will be laddering Strus threes if I can find it. I think that's my favorite play of the game. He's shooting like 11 a game. We know what the Knicks do with that drop coverage defense. And he's already had a game where he hit 9, I think, and he had a game where he hit 4. With no Jared Allen, I do expect him to play more minutes and be able to stretch the floor. So that would be my top look in this game. But when I was looking earlier, I checked every sports book I could, which is like 16, 17 different sports books. I never could find Max Strus threes. I think it's my favorite play, especially with him being at home. Let me just check real quick just to make sure it's not up now. Yeah, I still don't see Max Strus threes. So the books know what they're doing. They're not going to give it to us. It'll probably be available late. And if not, I'll probably play it as soon as the game starts as well. So I do like Strus a lot tonight in this spot. Couldn't talk anybody off taking Mitchell Robinson rebounds, especially with no what's the boy name? Jared Allen. With no Jared Allen, I couldn't talk anybody off taking his rebounds, but I'm not going to stay on this game for too long. Let's keep going. And best of luck to anybody that's betting on Donovan Mitchell. He could go crazy in this game. We also know that I'd be remiss without mentioning Jalen Brunson being the Cleveland Cavaliers' daddy. He did him so dirty last year in the playoffs. I know Isaac Okoro will probably be up for the matchup this season. Brunson hasn't had the greatest season so far, but I know he went over his points plus assists. I do expect him to have the ball in his hands, majority of this game. So I'll be looking at some Brunson props, but nothing official that I took in this game. Let's keep going. Next game up, we got the Spurs catching 6.5 points now. They'll be in Phoenix tonight. Total sitting at 225.5. This total did drop, I think, just a tad bit from 220. Actually dropped from 229.5 down to 225.5. And I think I agree with that. Bradley Beal, of course, is listed as doubtful for this game. Devin Booker is listed as doubtful for this game. Bradley Beal probably he's listed as out already. So you only got the one superstar for the Phoenix Suns, which is Kevin Durant. San Antonio coming off getting smoked. They got absolutely crushed in their last game that was in Los Angeles against the Clippers. I want to say that was two days ago. And this is the primetime matchup. The Knicks Cavs game is as well, but this is the other primetime matchup. Victor Wembanyama versus Kevin Durant, first time in history. Just kind of looking at, in my estimation, looking at San Antonio, they are still a really poor defensive team. Especially when they don't have Victor Wembanyama on the floor. And I'm of the mindset that I don't think that they're going to play him heavy minutes. Like I know Pop is one of those coaches that really just doesn't care. He's not going to run, his rookie into the ground to start. So what I did was I actually went back and I was looking at Victor Wembanyama minutes. I want to say he's only playing and granted, he got in foul trouble in one game, but Victor Wembanyama is only playing like 24 minutes a game. I think you got to take that into consideration when you're looking at, potentially wanting the back, and maybe he plays more minutes in the spot. But that, to me, that's the biggest thing, because this is what I did. We know how much Victor Wembanyama influences the game. So what I did was I went in and looked at their offensive and defensive rating when Victor Wembanyama is on the floor versus off the floor. Offensively, they're 104.1 versus when he is off the floor, they're 102. So not much of a difference, just a two-point difference there. Defensively, this team has really, really struggled. Their defensive rating with Victor Wembanyama on the floor, 105.8. That's actually pretty elite. When Victor Wembanyama goes to the bench, this team is a 128.38. So that's a minus 23 when he, is his net rating, minus 23.97. So it really just depends on, how much Popovich and that coaching staff wants to use Victor tonight. You look at the other side of the ball, the Suns have been elite defensively. I think all three teams that they played against so far have stayed under their team total. And it kind of makes sense because they've had to win with their defense. They don't have a lot of scorers on this team. When you think about Eric Gordon, who's like 120 years old, You think about Grayson Allen, who's been in a shooting slump and really just kind of one-dimensional player. So and then you got really good defenders out there as well when you think about a guy like Okogie. So for me in this game, I do think the total coming down makes sense. This will be the Suns, second like primetime game because they did start the season in Golden State and they won that game. That was a defensive game. And I think this one will be too. I know that the Spurs like to get out and kind of play with pace. I think they're top 5 pace team, but I still be looking towards, probably this one to go under. I think I look at the Suns defense. They are the best 3-point defensive team in the league. So you're not going to hit a bunch of threes against them. I think you could look at Devin Vassell, maybe Keldon Johnson to go under their 3-point prop. The other interesting thing about this game is that these two teams play again in 2 days, and that game will also be in Phoenix. So a lot of the times when that happens, I like to stay off the first one and then, play the second one, thinking that whatever didn't happen in the first one will probably happen in the second one if I had a strong look towards it. So what I had written down in my notes for this one, Kevin Durant under 31.5 points. I just don't think that. I mean, he had an interview the other day where he talked about not like wanting to score 30 points per game. Like he likes to get his other teammates involved. I think this defense is pretty soft for the Spurs. So I like Kevin Durant to go under 31.5 points. I didn't play it. I also like Josh Okogie to go over 9.5 points. That was actually plus money when I looked at it earlier. But I didn't play that one either. He has gone over 2 or 3 games, and the one game that he didn't go over was a game where he only played like 23, 24 minutes against Utah the last game, and they were blowing Utah out. So, those would be my 2 strongest look. I also think Victor Wembanyama under 1.5 threes. I think it was a tad bit juice, like minus 125, minus 130. I just said the Suns are the best defensive team in the league versus the 3. They really get you off of the line. And outside of Victor Wembanyama's first game at home against the Dallas Mavericks, he's yet to hit a 3-pointer since then. He did hit 3 in that game, but he's been 0 for 2, and I want to say 0 for 4 in the following games after that. So those are my thoughts on that game. Kevin Durant under 31.5 points, didn't play it. Josh Okogie over 9.5 points, didn't play that one either. And Victor Wembanyama do lean towards him to go under his 1.5 threes. Yesterday was atrocious if you were betting overs for players. A lot of the trends that we have been seeing in the NBA actually got bucked a lot. I know Michael Porter Jr. He only finished with like 1 or 2 rebounds. A lot of guys just maybe kind of struggling as they kind of get integrated into the season. So just something to take into consideration. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. I woke up this morning checking the box scores for some of the late games because I fell asleep early last night. It's like, wow, this is kind of crazy. LeBron not going over his points. LeBron not getting close to his points, his rebounds plus assists. It was a lot of things that stayed under yesterday that I thought maybe had a chance to go over. All right, so last game up, we have and if you join late, retweet the show, like the show, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, all that good stuff. Definitely helps me out a lot. Last game up, I hate when that banner is like that. All right, so last game up, we got the Magic. Still in Los Angeles. This time taking on the Clippers. They did lose last night to the Lakers in a game that we got right, plus 3.5 in favor of Orlando. They did lose by 3. So they probably should have won the game when I went back and looked at it, but we'll take the cash however we can get it. They also closed at 4. So more money came in on the Lakers, to push that line up to 4 because it came down to 2.5 when I gave a number out 2 nights ago. So Magic versus the Clippers. The Clippers, of course, had to trade for James Harden. They will be a tad bit short-handed today. They also, outside of the guys that they traded, they also have a couple guys that popped up on the injury report for today as well. And I think, looking ahead, they do have a game against the Lakers, and they own the Lakers, right? Like I talked about it yesterday. They own the Lakers. For whatever reason, my Lakers never can beat the Clippers, even though the Clippers can never do anything because they end up being hurt. But the way I kind of capped this game was, they could potentially be looking ahead. I like, given the injuries that the Clippers have, and given how strong both of these defensive teams are, this game to me screams under. I think under 220 is probably the best play. I saw some 220 and a halves out, but the number does seem to be coming down. I saw it go down to 219. You just take a look at Orlando's defense. They've been, the best defensive team. I know they're playing on the second leg of a back-to-back, but I do kind of trust this team defensively. They also don't play with a lot of pace. And the Magic also struggle to score. Like they don't have the greatest offense. It's still a very young team. So I think the under is probably the best play in this game. I still haven't played it yet, but that's probably my strongest look on the board. Like I said, for the Clippers, they're going to be extremely short-handed. You're going to be without Terrence Mann. Norman Powell gets ruled out. I definitely like the under a lot more. Zubac is also listed as questionable. And of course, you traded away a couple guys. I know Robert Covington was one. I can't remember everybody that was in the trade deal, but I think the primary guy was Robert Covington. So I do like the under in this game. And that's probably my favorite look. Not really wanting to get too much into player props, but I couldn't talk anybody off Zubac to go over his rebound prop if he does play. Just because every team that Orlando has played, their center has gotten at least 10 rebounds. So could be a fatigue spot as well. Orlando, this will be their, second game of a back-to-back. I want to say third game in 4 nights as well, because I remember they beat Portland the other day in that first one. So those are my thoughts, man. Like I said, I wanted to kind of keep the show kind of short today, because I do got to take the little man trick-or-treating when I get done. Yeah, anybody got any thoughts? Let me know. I'll tell you guys what I'm looking at. Like I said, Struce threes line hasn't dropped yet, but I really want and probably will end up laddering Struce threes. I'm pretty sure he'll come out at 2.5. It'll probably be juice, probably -120, -125. But I will be playing the 2.5. I will be playing the 4, and I'm gonna put a little bit on the 5 as well. Probably unit, half unit, quarter unit for Max Struce threes. I do like in the second game I talked about. I do like Kevin Durant to go under his 31.5 points. Josh Okogie over his 9.5 points. Victor Wembanyama under his 1.5 threes. Orlando and the Clippers under 220.5 is my favorite play of the day. I also think Orlando first half plus the 4 should be in play. And that's the last thing I'll say before I get out of here. Before I turn it over. So if you got requests and you got plays that you want to share, now's the time. Send me requests. I'll get up a few people real quick before we close out. But Orlando plus the first half plus the 4. I think Clippers, they'll have most of their guys, but it could be a tad bit different rotation. So I don't know how they close out first quarters. I do like Orlando early in this spot just because they played the back-to-back. I wouldn't be looking to back them full game just because they are on the West Coast. This will be their third game on the West Coast in 4 days. And last game was a very closely contested, hard-fought game against the Lakers last night. So I'm not in the back in those teams that have to go pretty much down to the wire if they're playing on the second leg of a back-to-back. Unless your name is unless your name is Steph Curry, because they absolutely killed, the Pelicans last night. But I do think some of that was due to Brandon Ingram not being there. So I think Magic plus 4 in the first half is also a solid look. I haven't solidified the card. I probably will. I'm gonna add a couple of these plays, but I've literally not played anything yet. I don't have one play on the board for today yet that I've actually locked in. So those are my thoughts. I'm gonna go through the comment section real quick on YouTube, and then, like I said, if you guys got any play, let me know what they are. Big Mars says, "My guy Chris, let's get it. We got to bounce back from the LaMelo stinking up the gym." Yeah, he was terrible last night, man. I'm not sure if I'll probably bet on Melo for a while. I love this spot for Melo last night. He did not, and I was thinking about laddering him. I'm glad I didn't do that. Finally, a small break in between clients to tune in. Crazy to think when I first started listening, I was unemployed and still in graduate school. Now I'm in the office listening. Crazy. Hey, that's what's up. Congratulations, Chris. That's dope, bro. Solo says, "Was good, Chris. Mitchell Robinson rebounds is popular today, but I still love his rebounds. Also think we get a big game. Julius Randle tonight. He actually tries. He actually tries on national television." Okay, I couldn't talk you off of Julius Randle. I feel like he's been in the slump. I know he's been shooting the ball pretty poorly from the field, so maybe it's a good Randle game. It's gonna be interesting to see who matches up against him. Probably end up drawing Evan Mobley. I would think. We'll see how that goes though. Daniel says Brunson points got 25 at plus 145 and 30 at plus 400 last night. These numbers got cooked. I would imagine that they did, Daniel. Only thing with taking all the overs in the low-scoring game is that typically people fall short. I know a lot of people was on the overs last in the playoffs against these two teams, and some of these players did not show up at all. So take something you want to kind of take into consideration. When I see low totals, I think rebound opportunities, because that means a lot of shots can be missed. And you add the playoff revenge in, I think it's even more. Don Play says, "Yo, Chris, I took the Knicks -2.5 already. Best of luck, bro. I'm not on the opposite side." John Bell says, "Thanks, Chris, for the Halliburton double-double. I'm glad he was able to cash. Buddy had 7 assists at halftime and struggled to get the double-double. Then he got 2 assists in the last like 2 or 3 minutes to cash the double-double and the 10 and the 11 assists as well. Thanks Dream for the Zaire Williams over 5.5 rebounds. Yeah, I know Dream gave that out. I see Dream requested, so I'm gonna get him up, see what he on today. Brunson scored 24 points in 17 of his last 28 road favorite conference games going back to last season. That's a hell of a stat, Danny. What's up to my guy Munov in the chat? Socks and Sneak says, what's good, Chris? Lanya Bet says, yeah, we probably don't get Strus props until we hear about the Donnie Mitchell for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. DraftKings has Mitchell 2 plus 3s posted, but not Strus. Yeah, I saw that as well. Booker is officially ruled out. Coop says that. I'm glad you are sharing that information because I didn't see that officially break. Why nobody's saying Randall rebounds? He got a double-double all 3 so far. Could not talk you off at all. But if he ended up guarding Strus, they could pull him away from the rim just a tad bit, JS. We'll see how it goes, though. It's all about strategy. Rebounds sometimes just about how the ball bounce, too. Laying your bets, my guy says he got Randall over 13.5 rebounds and assists, but the double-double makes sense at plus money for sure. Okay. Yeah, the Randall rebounds plus assists is probably a good look. I know it's something he was cashing in the playoffs a lot last season. Rob says he likes the Spurs on the money line tonight. Best of luck if you end up playing that. Scotty says Cavs and Knicks play again tomorrow in the Garden. Yeah, I forgot to mention it. I did see that as well, Scotty. So, yeah, another reason why I don't like this game as much. Those are going to be 2 really good games, though. My guy, said, drop the Strus props, you cowards. I would agree with that. Mike Laurie says a lot of teams on back-to-backs in LA tend to struggle. LA Knights and party life. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what they actually do after the game, especially if you lose one. I'm interested, like it's probably a different dynamic if you win versus if you lose in the middle of that back-to-back. Probably want to go out and celebrate. Nothing like LA. I love it. I actually feel kind of bad because I'm not out there right now. I typically go out there around this time of the year around my birthday. Coop says, I'm not playing a lot this Halloween slate. Max Strus 3s and rebounds feel like he picks it up. He picked up this offseason. They needed hard to back the Cavs without Garland and Allen. I agree there. I guess Mitchell is playing. There's 2 plus 3s now. Yeah, I think he's going to play too, man. This feels like a big game for Donovan Mitchell to sit out. What's up to my guy, S. Warrior? He says Hero cash big last night. Man, yeah. Shout out to you, S. I didn't get there, but yeah, Tyler Hero points to the moon, actually. This dude, he going to score. They're going to have to keep raising that. Munaf is on Randall rebounds and assists over 13.5. He likes Robinson steals plus blocks over 2.5. Trey Jones over 5.5 assists in that Spurs and Phoenix Suns game tonight. And he took Nurkic over 9.5 rebounds. I could see all of those cashing. I like those, Markel says cash money today on this weak-ass slate. Munaf also says he's waiting on Howland and Strus props. And I think that's it. Okay. Mir says, I think that's Mir, says Mitchell tweeted, let him know. Oh, yeah, he definitely playing then. I think he's playing. If he not just going to get on Twitter and say that if he not playing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that, man. Markel said, I played Magic first half, took a stab at it. I couldn't talk you off. It's not a super strong play, but I do like Magic in the first half. I like the under a tad bit more, though. All right, let's get to these requests real quick. Let's get some people up. Getting Dream up, getting Great White up. Let me get Stephen up because the Knicks do play basketball today. Let me get Godspeed up, and we'll keep it going, man. So first up, let's go Dream just because I saw him first, and then Great White, and then we'll go Stephen just because it's in that order on my screen. So Dream, what's going on, my guy? Talk to me.
What's the vibes, my boy? How are you?
I'm good, bro. How you doing today?
Can't complain, man. Everything is good. I'm well. Quick recap of yesterday. You see that collab fell 1 rebound short each way, so that was tough. But hopefully, I was able to lock in that good Levine under 1.5 assists, plus 950, plus 900, whatever I gave it out. Hopefully, I was able to get that. And I think I was 1-1 on the straights I gave out in here. I gave out during assists that ain't hit. And I gave out Zaire rebounds that hit. But yeah, I'm gonna just give out 2 blunt money bets and keep it moving, man. I took Mitchell Robinson, 11 rebounds, and Nurkic to have 11 rebounds. It's like plus 550. I think it's a good spot for both. As long as Mitchell Robinson don't get in foul trouble, he should clear easily. And Nurk, he's on the taco for prize picks, so that worries me a little bit. But aside from that, he should be able to scoop up 11 rebounds. So I played them two to get 11. And also, I got a round robin parlay 2s and 3s with rebounds as well, with Grayson Allen to have 5, Emmanuel Quickly to have 5, and Russell Westbrook to have 8, so plus 6,500 if you play it straight. And I round robin did 2s and 3s, so just a little quick analysis. Grayson Allen, I already done cash this out once this year with the rebounds, so I'm gonna stick with him. I think he had 4 last game in limited minutes, so decent spot for him. Quickly, he's had 5 rebounds, well, actually 6 rebounds in 2 or 3 games this year. So I already hit his 5 rebounds once for plus 600. So I'm gonna go back to the well, even though he had 1 rebound last game. So I guess you could say it's a buy low spot. And Russell Westbrook, I'm pretty sure, has had 8 rebounds in the last 2 games. 8 plus in the last 2 games. So that's it, man. That's what I'm on. Best of luck if you tell.
Hey, Dream, real quick. What odds did you get Westbrook rebounds at?
The 8 rebounds is probably hold on, 255. Grayson is 290, and Quickly is plus 380. But the thing about Quickly, his 5 rebounds, and it may be like this with all the guys. If you go on DraftKings, you go to the SGP feature. Quickly 5 rebounds is plus 700 there, as opposed to plus 380 if you just play it separately and put it in this round robin lay. So Rush, you may be able to find the same value, but what I got is plus 255, and I locked it in like an hour and a half ago, so it shouldn't be too crazy.
I like that one a lot, Dream. Like maybe just playing Westbrook straight, his rebound straight. For one, I just feel like I don't know, like from a narrative perspective, it kind of feels like, you know, he know they're Harden on the way. So not that he got to prove himself, but you know, that's going to take away from his usage. So this is your chance, you know what I mean, to like really solidify yourself. Like you said, he got 8 rebounds and 9 rebounds in the last 2 games. You also just want to, you know, the Magic are not the greatest shooting team. They can't really score the ball, so we do expect a bunch of misses in this game. That's a hell of a look. And the other part to that too, Dream, is Zubac listed as questionable. If Zubac don't play, Westbrook might get 12 rebounds.
Yeah, now you just open the door. I know we got some speakers, and you got to get the little man. Give me 45 seconds on Rob. Love Russ so much. So, yeah, obviously that's my guy. But also rebounds and assists, I played that plus 13.5 plus money. Like you said, man, narratives. This is the most usage Russell Westbrook is going to get this season, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, even Harden, they all can get injured at various points of the season. But Russell Westbrook, he ain't no fool. He understands his usage is gonna go down drastically with Harden. He may even end up on a bench sometime this year.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's thrilled with it. I know he wants to win. I know he came back for $4 million. Somebody also pointed out that he's making $4 million, and everybody else on my stream, somebody told me everybody else making $40 million this year, but him. He's making $4 million. So just a lot of things. I'm sure Russ might have a little chip on his shoulder. And what better way to do it tonight with a roster that may only have 7 or 8 guys on it? I mean, come on now. Russell Westbrook, prime time stat pad again.
That's a fact. I like that one. I'm probably getting there with you, Dream. I like the Westbrook one for sure. That's a great one. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Appreciate my guy Dream for stopping through and dropping that. Great White, you up next. Then we'll go Stephen. Then we'll go Godspeed. What's up, Great White?
What's going on, my brother?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Just trying to keep this streak going right now.
Keep it going. What you got for today?
Got 2 plays. First one, Mitch Robinson over 9.5. I know it's a popular play today, but I got some numbers to back this up. Right now, Robinson versus the Cavs last year was averaging 11.5 rebounds per game when he played at least 22 minutes. Also, last season in the 2 games where Jared Allen did not play versus the Knicks, Mitch Robinson had games of 14 rebounds and 11 rebounds. So that's going to be my first play that I'm locking in for 1 unit, minus 110 odds, what I got earlier. Then my second one's going to be the same game, Might not be a popular choice, but I like it. It's going to be RJ Barrett under 4.5 rebounds. It's a little juice, but I got to take it at this price at minus 150. Donovan Mitchell most likely is going to be playing tonight, so I expect RJ Barrett, to have some defense assignments on Donovan Mitchell at times throughout the game. RJ Barrett's also had 3 games already so far this year, only 3 rebounds in every single game, so he's 3-3 on this under. And we obviously know that Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle, they've been averaging at least 11 rebounds a game right now. We also have Josh Hart that's averaging 6 rebounds a game. And Emmanuel Quickly, he's averaging 4 rebounds a game, and that only went down because of what Dream just said. His last game, he only had 1 rebound. The other ones, he was at 5 or 6 above him. So these are my 2 players that I locked in for today. These are my 2 favorite plays of the day for today, man.
Okay. Hey, best of luck, Great White. I like him, bro. I think I didn't really look too much, honestly, in the RJ Barrett under 4.5 rebounds, but Mitchell Robinson, like you said, he in a really great spot today. So we'll see how it goes, man. Appreciate you coming up and sharing the looks. Know you've been on an absolute heater, and hopefully you kind of keep it going. Definitely, take the money from the books, man. That's what we all trying to do. Stefan, you up next, my guy, because the Knicks play basketball today. So talk to me. Definitely want to hear your thoughts on this game, and then we'll go Godspeed, and I'll get up Jehovah too. What's up, Stefan?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. How about yourself?
Great, bro. Great, man. I'm on Jalen Brunson because the campaign continues. I've always said Jalen Brunson's better than Donovan Mitchell. Everyone 2 years ago, it don't seem so funny anymore. It was 21 and a half. I did that for 2 units. I just think that this is a prime matchup for him to go off. I know, the box score. Game 1 was a bad matchup. Drew Holiday and the Celtics clamping. Game 2, he went off. Game 3, I just thought it was just a weird spot. It was back to backs. The whole team looked off. Herb Jones was around. The Pelicans were at home flying around. I just think this is prime. If you look at what the Cavs did, get up to Shea. Halliburton had a good game. Cam Thomas went for 36. I took his base, and I also on DraftKings did 30 points and 3 threes for plus 500.
Hold on. Run it back real quick, Stefan. You broke up just a tad bit. Say it again.
Sure. I said I did his base, and I took his 30 points and 3 threes on DraftKings for plus 500. I did a quarter unit on that.
Okay.
I put his shot chart up on my timeline, but if you look at the shot chart, there's a lot of 3-point attempts on that where he normally is just a mid-range guy, and teams are going under on all these screens. So I think there's a game where you could see him make 3 or 4 threes. I couldn't agree more with you with the Strus. Strus last year in the playoffs in that 6-game series had, I want to say, 3 threes in 4 of the games. And last year played the Knicks 2 times. He played real minutes, and he had 3 threes in one, 5 threes in the other. And we're getting so much usage where he's going to take 10 3-pointers. So if it's 2.5, I'm right there with you. They're going to drop that 10 minutes before the game. And I'm taking them 3, 4, 5. Got to take that. Against this Knicks team, so I love that. I took Julius Randle's double-double. I can't talk anyone off Mitchell Robinson. I just have a really funny feeling that he's going to get too quick. I think the thing no one I've heard talk about is the fact that this is a huge Evan Mobley spot, massive, career defining Evan Mobley spot. This dude got embarrassed in the first round.
That's a fact.
He talked about all offseason. I changed my diet. I put on muscle. I had to get stronger. He's lighting the ass. Mr. Robinson was throwing him around in the paint last year. So I didn't take it, but I took it on a prize pick. His blocks is something I really like. He's 2.5 plus 100. Last year versus the Knicks, he had 1, 4, 2, and 3. In the playoffs, he had 0, 2, 1, 2, 1. Knicks been giving up a lot of blocks. They're giving up the second most blocks to start the year. So I didn't take it because I'm not rooting for the Cavs on Halloween. But I just thought that was something where I'm man, if I was just an objective observer, I would look at that. And my third play is I really like Quentin Grimes threes at 1.5 for 132 and 3 for 280. It's just usage. He's gonna take 6, 7 threes. He's had great looks in all these games. They're just not going down. Tibbs has always empowered him to keep shooting. And he once again Julius and Jalen are gonna find him on the wing to shoot 9 threes one game when they realize he's wide open. One of these games is gonna make 4 threes, and the 4 threes is gonna be plus 700. So I do think you can make 3 tonight. 3's 280. So just to recap, I'm doing Brunson's points, Grimes threes, Julius double-double because I do think the Cavs are weak up front. So I went with Julius. And whenever Strus drops, I'm going to take the Strus threes ladder because he's going to go crazy.
Okay. Okay, all right. I like it. I like it a lot. I couldn't talk you off of any of that. Could not talk you off any of that. I know you know your Knicks I mean, you know basketball stuff, but you definitely know your Knicks basketball, bro. So I appreciate you sharing those looks, and I hope you cash them. Absolutely, absolutely. So real quick, to Dream's point, and I did play this just now. Westbrook rebounds, baseline 5.5 on Bet365 -130. I took him at 7 for +150. And then I also took him at 10. So Westbrook has back-to-back games with 8 rebounds and 9 rebounds. So I think this is extreme value here. 10 rebounds for Westbrook on FanDuel right now is only +500. On Bet365, I just put a quarter unit. I put a quarter unit on Westbrook, 10 rebounds at +825. So yeah, that's what I did play. I'll give you guys that. I'm gonna put it in the I'll drop it out in the YouTube membership as well. But I did play Westbrook at 7 rebounds and 10 rebounds just now. So you split it up however you want to, but I went half unit and then quarter unit on the 7 and on the 10 rebounds for Westbrook tonight. I do like that look a lot. Shout out to Dream. All right, let's keep going. Godspeed, you up next. What's going on, my guy?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna drop my risk-free same game parlay plus. It's 4 legs, and I'm also probably gonna use my 50% boost on the water down. But it's around plus. I haven't locked it in just because the injury news with Donovan Mitchell and Karis LeVert. But as of right now, it's around plus 1,800, plus 1,900. My first leg is R.J. Barrett, 20 plus points. He's covered that line in 2 out of 3 games to start the season, averaging 22.7 points. He shot 7 for 16 versus New Orleans. That was a game where he didn't cover, and he had to deal with Herb Jones, so I get that. But his volume was there as well. He's gone over in the last 2 versus Cleveland in the playoffs. We really seen Julius Randle struggle, and we really seen RJ thrive and really become the Knicks' second option in the playoffs behind Brunson. He had 26 and 21 in his last 2. He gets Max Strus tonight, who doesn't play defense at all. He averaged 21.6 points versus Miami. I'm not sure if anybody here will remember, but every time RJ Barrett played Miami last season, I was on RJ Barrett. But he averaged 22.8 points in the playoffs versus Cleveland, and they're allowing 26 points to the small forward position through 3 games, which is the 3rd most in the NBA, small forwards. My next leg is Mitchell Robinson, 10 plus rebounds, popular one, but I'm going to get my analysis behind it. He's covered in 2 out of 3 games, averaging 11.3 rebounds. He had 4 rebounds in the first game of the season, but I get it. It was Kristaps Porzingis. He's a stretch 5. He's going to bring him out of the paint, so you got to take that into consideration. He's still managing to average 19.7 rebound opportunities. In the last 2 games of playoffs versus the Cavs, he grabbed 11 and 18 rebounds. Cavs are allowing 14.55 rebounds to centers in 2023. They just allowed Miles Turner to grab 12 and Chet Holmgren to grab 13. And Mitchell Robinson is a better rebound than both. My only concern here is the foul trouble, but he's been doing pretty good this season. So I'm going with that. And for the second game, Spurs and the Suns, I have Devin Vassell, 20 plus points. He's over in 2 out of 3 games in the season, averaging 20.7 points. He had 14 versus the Clippers. It was a blowout, and they got defenders everywhere. They got PG, Kawhi, Norman Powell. So I get why Devin Vassell really, really struggled with that game. But Phoenix is still allowing 22.8 points to the shooting guard position. This Suns backcourt without Beal and Booker, they allowed 25 points to the Lakers backcourt. We've seen Reeves struggle, and D'Lo ain't really been doing too much. But they allowed 37 points to the Utah backcourt as well. And nobody in the Utah backcourt can score the ball better than Devin Vassell. In my opinion, you touched on Wembanyama minutes. So if he does get out of the game sometime, I do believe the top 2 options are still Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell, but I believe Devin Vassell has a better matchup. He's going to see Grayson Allen or Eric Gordon, and I don't believe any one of them can guard him at all. My last leg is Nurkic, 10 plus rebounds. He's only went over in the season opener versus the Warriors. We know the Warriors don't really rebound. He had 7 versus LA, which he got in foul trouble. And he had, I want to say, I know he didn't get 10 versus Utah. I can't remember the number. But I get that as well. Walker Kessler his minutes has been going down. He's only been playing about 20 minutes a night. We see them putting Kelly Olynyk in at the 5, and they have John Collins down low, which is why John Collins has thrived as a rebounder this season. But through that all, he still averages 16.7 rebounds and chances through 3 games, and the Spurs are allowing 14.8 rebounds to the starting center position. So just to go back through it, it's RJ 20, Mitchell Robinson 10, Devin Vassell 20, and Nurkic 10. It's around plus 18 or 1900. I haven't locked it in yet just because of injury news. But once the injury news drop, if I still like it, I'll drop it on my Twitter so you guys can follow me and wait for my update or my go.
Okay. My God, Godspeed. I know a lot of people was excited about that. I saw you get a bunch of likes. So appreciate you dropping that here, man. I hope you cash it. I hadn't looked at this Godspeed until you said something about it, but RJ Barrett actually got the second highest usage on the Knicks right now. Like he's in front of Julius Randle, and he's actually contributing 31.3% of the points that the Knicks are scoring, which is actually more than Jalen Brunson. So and of course Julius Randle. So that's a in this spot, I don't know for sure, but I mean he played well against them last year, so you could take it off the strength of your handicap. I think moving forward, I'm gonna be looking at RJ Barrett, a little bit closer. Not a guy that I really like playing, but yeah, it looks like he's been doing his thing. So I appreciate you sharing the look. Godspeed. I hope you cash it, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Absolutely. Let's go Jehovah, and then go Cam, and then we'll go B Simons too. What's up, Jehovah?
What's going on? I got a few looks, but before, Godspeed, you mentioned Keldon Johnson, and that's for tonight. He's one of my favorite looks because I know as a Suns fan, every time he played us, dating back to I think like 2020, the first time like 2021, he kills us. And the last time he played us, like the last 5 games against the Suns, 34 points. Game before that, 27. Then he had 16, 14, 13. And he's hit a 3 in every single game. I like his 3s tonight at 2. I think it's plus money. And even if you don't trust him for 2, he's for sure going to get you 1 because he hit 1 in every game. And I think that would be good to parlay with not too many, but I like Vassell as well. You can get for 15. And I have on here Trey Jones assists just at 4, and Keldon Johnson rebounds at 3, alternated at 3. Because the board's also against Phoenix 3, 5, 8, 7, 6, 5. So it's over. And for the Knicks, I have just 4 selections plus money. I have Brunson for 20, RJ for 15, RJ for 1-3, and Randall under 3-3, under 2.5 threes. Now to look with RJ, I looked at first I looked at the regular season before the playoffs because I know it's a different kind of defense in the playoffs against the Knicks. So against the Cavs, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 games, I'll start there. He had 24, 5 and 4, 12, 4 and 2, 15, 5, 2, 15, 8, 16, 4, and 14. So I'm thinking with Mitchell I know supposedly he's playing. I think RJ, like you said, I think he should be up, and you just mentioned his usage. So 15 should be easy in the 1-3. He's hit a 3, I think, he hit a 3 in every game against the Cavs in the regular season. He had 2, 3, 2, 3. So it's more than 1. I have him just for 1. And the Randall 3s, I have under 2.5. That's because 1 second. Randall, my fault. Yeah, he went 0 for 5 against New Orleans, 3 for 7 from 3 against Atlanta, 3 for 8 against Boston. I just think against the Cavs, I don't know. I'm looking back. I just don't like Randall 3s tonight. I think that's just about what it is. I don't even have it now.
Just don't like it. I mean, it makes sense. I know he struggled last year, in Cleveland, being able to shoot the ball. Both teams kind of did if your name wasn't Jalen Brunson. So I couldn't talk you off. What I need you to do, Jehovah, is go ahead and make them parlays and screenshot them, and so you can tag them joints up top. Can anybody remember all them plays that you got in them legs, bro? You be having too many legs.
This is the for the threes look against Cleveland. The last game in the regular season, he shot 8 for 12 for 3. And then he would, but the game before that, 1 for 7, 0 for 3, 2 for 7, 1 for 5, 0 for 2, 2 for 4. So he only went over that one time in was that 6-7 games. So I think that's why I put that down. So I'm gonna trust the numbers because he had the last game he played against in the regular season, he went 8 for 12, and I think that was a aberration. So I think he'll come back to life and at least just give me 2. He won't go over 2. So at least 1 or 2, and I'm good. I think I'll ride with that. The under 2.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you, Jehovah. Hope you cash the looks, man. Let's go, Cam. What's up, Canadian Cam? And then we'll go B Simons. You good? You good? What's up, Cam?
You good? Okay. So basically what I'm
Hold on. Say it again, Cam. Say it again. You like what?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
So I'm waiting for Scripps' line to drop because the most important thing I was looking at is his rebounds and assists have been insane with everybody else. I'm going off memory. My notes are talking about. I think his average, his numbers were 14, 9, and 16 rebounds and assists in the last 3 games. So as soon as that line drops, I'm going to take a look at it. And probably bet now wherever it's going to be at. The next one is Josh Okogie over 9.5. It was great way he pointed out the streak of 9.5 kind of hit whenever Devin Booker and Beal are out. And I caught it at -105, and I think it still is. He missed obviously when they moved it up to 10.5, but they moved it back down to 9.5. And I just love that line. Also, when you think about the Garden and probably Devin Vassell, who is like probably the worst defender on the Spurs. One of the worst defenders in the league. I know he's been trying to get better, but I've seen it. So we got the Kobe over 9.5. And then Max Cruz. With the rebounds and assists, I think it's kind of a blind bet at the moment, but I really, based on what he's putting up, I really like that one. So, and I'm just going to give this out for tomorrow because I probably won't be able to make it from morning. But whatever Giannis's rebounds are, take it and then ladder it up. Caught it yesterday with Aiden. It's just a big problem the Raptors have. I don't know how we're going to solve it. It's +500 on Aiden. That's a problem with his last. But if you took it at his normal line at 11 and 13, then the +500, you made a lot of money before the fourth quarter. So I suspect the same thing's going to happen with Giannis tomorrow.
Okay. Giannis over his rebounds for tomorrow. Okay. We sound like we like the same thing for today, Cam. Best of luck, bro. I hope you cash.
Yeah. I think the Clippers are going to take the first half.
You think so?
Yeah. But, look at the Clippers. They've been pretty disrespectful based on who they have. Like, yes, they're short-handed. But from what I saw from the Magic, they left it all out there yesterday. The Clippers defense not holding down at least for the first half before the same thing catches up. But that's my rule for the Clippers. I gotta look a little deeper, but right now it's set at -3.5, and I really like that line for the first half.
Okay. All right. Mama got Cam sound like you in a distribution center over there with a bunch of heavy artillery and equipment over there. But appreciate you sharing the looks. I hope people was able to hear that. One thing about the Magic, and this is I can't back them for this reason solely, but they did finish last season 12-2-1 against the spread when they were road dogs in non-conference games. So for some reason they take those games extremely serious. Only losing by average of 2 points. So take that, do what you want to do. They have covered 10 in a row. They've covered 10 in a row as a road dog. And it's typically, in the first half where they play their best brand of basketball and then kind of give it up late. So like I said, take with that information, do what you want. Let me get Stefan. I see your hand up. I'm gonna come back to you, and then we get B Simmons up, and then we'll get up out of here. What's up, Stefan?
Hey, real quick, I just want to give Canadian Cam his flowers because I am by no way someone who's in the DeAndre Ayton business, but the man just came up here with so much conviction yesterday that I built a little mini Ayton rebounds ladder, and that thing slapped by like halftime, and I like bought my nice little dinner with the Ayton money, so I just want to say thank you to Canadian Cam.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to Cam, man. You're right. This was something that me and Cam was looking at last year because I thought that they had solved the problem. I think Cam did too when Jacoperto came into town, but they went back to struggling. You know, we was taking opponent team rebounds over towards the second part of after the All-Star break, but before the season actually ended. So yeah, shout out to Cam for that. B. Simmons, can you hear me? Ben, what's going on, my guy? How you doing?
For some reason, the space is at my work, so I made this one just to come in.
Okay, we got Burner sent. We got Burner Ben in the building, man. So I know we about to get the heat. What up, Ben?
I got two looks for everybody. I'm on the boards. I know some people talked about it. 17.4 rebound chances this year, I believe. So you give me an 8.5, 17.4 rebound chances. That's a great place to start. And we can correlate this game right with the Boston game. Porzingis, a high usage center who kind of plays at all three levels. Mobley, a high usage center who's going to play at all three levels. That game, Randall had 20 rebound chances. And then, he's kind of just been like a career 60 to 63% rebound chance conversion player. So if you're going to get me between 17 and 20 rebound chances at an 8 number, we're going to take that one to the bank. The second look I'm on is Franz Wagner over 1.5 threes. One thing I'm trying to do a better job of is just treat these players like robots and really just handicap the volume. And in 3 games to start this year, he's had 7, 9, and 7 attempts. Typically, guys with those attempt numbers, the 3 numbers at 2.5. So the fact that we're getting at 1.5, even at minus 145 or minus 142 is what I got it at earlier. I think there's value there. I actually laddered that one up. I just think he's due to have like an explosion type game. He's been taking this volume. And he's cashed all 3, which I know isn't a reason to take it forward, but he just hasn't had the explosion type game yet. So I laddered it up to 5.
Okay. Was that it, or you guys have more?
That's it.
Okay. Hey, best of luck, Ben. I know you was cashing last year. It's good to hear from you this year. I hope you cash again, man.
No doubt. You too, man.
All right, Jehovah, back to you. I'm gonna get up P real quick, and Owen, they can go rapid fire. Then we're gonna get up off this thing, man. Right before the 6 o'clock hour. Eastern time. So Jehovah, back to you, and then we'll go P and then Owen.
Real quick, I got for this Orlando game, I took Kawhi's assist under the 4.5, and I have a Markelle Fultz under 5.5 assists, and I think I'm just explaining those two. I like the Markelle Fultz under the assists because versus the Clippers, he's only got over 5. The last since he's been in the league, the last time he played 4, 4, 2, 5, and 5, and they're playing against PG and Kawhi. And like you said earlier, you feel like it'll be a defensive game, and I think that too, especially after Orlando playing LA and just the Clippers being a perimeter defensive team. Even if they don't show up as much offensively, the defense will still be there, and they'll try to win on defense. And I just think Markelle Fultz under the 6 just makes sense because he's never got over 6 or more against the Clippers in his career. And the Kawhi, same look as well, under the 4.5. Against Orlando, he's only gotten his last 3, 5, 3, 7, 5, 5. So I think Kawhi under 4.5 too is a good look. And this is a parlay too, but I just threw in just for some extra Kawhi 15, PG 15, Paolo 4 boards, and the Westbrook 10 points, 5 boards. But I'll send you the whole parlay thing, but that's just a little analysis of it.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you, Jehovah. Let's go P and then Owen to take us out. What's up, P?
Yo, what's good, Chris? Long time. No hear from, man. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. How's your day going, man?
It's going good, bro. It's going good. I'm chilling, man.
I just throw out picks. I'm on Julius Randle points. Not points. I'm sorry. Rebound and assist combo. I got it at 12.5. He's averaging 18 so far. Just rebounds and assist combo, 12.5. Also on. I'm feeling strength right now, so I ain't really in my phone. I'm on Dirty. That's how you pronounce his name for Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And Randall double. And then I'm on Randall 3.5 assists. I got those numbers down early, so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all those numbers jumped up. So I'm looking like I'm on a good side right now.
Okay. My guy, appreciate the looks, man. Appreciate the looks. Hope you cash for sure. All right, let's go Owen to wrap us up. What's up, Owen? How you doing, man?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
I found a sneaky play. Chetty out 10 points. It's plus 200.
Cedi Osman?
Sir, give me 1 second. So he has 12, 14, 12 to start the season. He's playing like 20, 23 minutes. He's shooting pretty good, shooting like 60, 70% from the field. And also, just versus the Suns, I think he's hit in every game in his career over 10 points, except 2 where he's had foul trouble. But other than that, it's plus 200, which is pretty good. Then if it's a blowout for the Suns, then he could kind of come in, get 10 points. And then I'm surprised I didn't hear anyone talk about Emmanuel quickly. He's been playing pretty good. I think the last game. Give me 1 second. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, so 24, 11, and 10 in the season. His line's 11.5. I mean, they play again. I think it's tomorrow, so I'm assuming quickly will come in there, get a little more minutes. They probably don't want to stress out Brunson because he's going to play tomorrow. So I parlay all 3 of them, and it's like plus 850.
Okay. Okay, that's your look. You finished?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Hey, best of luck, Owen. I hope you cash tonight, man. Going back through the YouTube comment section real quick before we wrap up. Somebody had a look on who was that? KD assists and Grayson Allen over his points. Nobody really talked about that. We'll see what happens. I think those could be sneaky looks. I'm not playing a bunch of props tonight. Frank says he's like Eric Gordon to go over tonight. Couldn't talk anybody off for that. He's been playing pretty well. I do expect him to kind of regress just a tad bit. I don't know how much he got left in the tank. Maybe it won't be until the second part of the season, but he's having to fill a bigger role offensively, of course, without Devin Booker and without Bradley Beal being there. And then Rio So Goated says Julius Randle over 13.5 rebounds plus assists. I know a couple people have said that already. He said it's clear every game with rebounds alone, plus money on FanDuel with the boost. See you at the bank. So best of luck to Rio there. I hope you guys cash that. Whoever else is playing it, because I heard a couple people say that. Just since we've been on the show, there's a couple plays that I locked in, very small plays, like not going crazy today because, like I said, I don't really like the slate. I've already kind of looked into to some of the games for tomorrow. It's a couple games that I really, really like tomorrow. We got a big slate for Wednesday, of course. So don't go too crazy, tonight. But for today, I did take the under. I took the under in the last game, 220. Since we've been on the show, so I'll send this out to the members. But I did take the under 220 between the Clippers and the Orlando Magic tonight. I think I already kind of gave the analysis, but I like that look a lot. And it's kind of correlated with Russell Westbrook. I played his rebounds. I went to 7, even though 5.5 is so juiced. But I do think this is his last game, maybe his last game, maybe not his last game, without James Harden being on the team. So I think he just kind of showcases it. Orlando's not the greatest shooting team, so I do expect Westbrook to be able to get down there and get those rebounds. Also, like that Terrence Mann won't be in, and Zubac is also listed as questionable. So I played Westbrook rebounds at 7 at plus 150, and I also took just a small sprinkle, quarter unit on Westbrook to get 10 rebounds at plus 825. So, and those odds are available on BetMGM. His 10 plus rebounds on FanDuel is only plus 500, and he's had 8 rebounds and 9 rebounds in the last game. I also think Orlando just misses more shots tonight just because they're on the second leg of a back-to-back. And I do expect the Clippers to, be locked in defensively. Like I said, Orlando just misses a lot of shots on a regular night as well because they're not the greatest offensive team. So those are the only looks that I play, man. Like I said, I wrote down Strus threes, but that still hasn't become available. Last time I checked, also leaned to Kevin Durant to go under 31.5 points. I just think that the Suns are still going to, lock in defensively. They've been a better team defensively because Frank Vogel is a defensive-minded coach, and they're 3-0 to the under so far. I think the Utah game went over, but they've held teams under their team total in every single game, and I think we could see the same thing in this spot with the San Antonio game. So I think Kevin Durant will try to facilitate a little bit more, and I don't think he'll need to score 31.5 points. We know role players typically play better at home, so Kevin Durant probably won't need to score 31 points. So under 31.5 is a strong lean. Haven't gotten there yet. I will be playing Max Strus threes if they become available. Josh Okogie, I do like the 9.5, but didn't play that. And Victor Wembanyama, I talked about his under 1.5 threes. The Phoenix Suns are the best defensive three-point team in the league, but I didn't get there with that one either. Also, the other lane was Orlando first half plus the 4. I think if they have a chance in this game, it will be early. Third game on the West Coast now, second leg of a back-to-back. I do expect them to, potentially run out of gas late, so I think that they can keep it close early. The Clippers were actually the worst first half team last season as well. So we'll kind of see. We'll see how it goes. I didn't get there with those plays. The only thing I did play officially was Orlando and the Clippers to go under 220. And I played the Westbrook rebounds at 7, and I also played them at 10 at plus 825. So best of luck if you guys are telling any of my looks. Tomorrow, big slate tomorrow. So yeah.
But I found the reason why I said Randall under the under the threes, 2.5 threes. It was because I had his here against the Cavs. His last few games against the Cavs, he shot. He went 0 for 3 from 3, 0 for 4, 2 for 10, 3 for 7, and 3 for 10. So I just love the under, and he just had, like I said, the game before was an aberration. I don't think he'll get 7 threes. So his last 2 against him, he didn't make a 3. He had 2 and 3. So I like the under. Plus, after you said what you said about Mobley and how he should be fired up and come up for his game after, or it was you or someone else that just said it. I don't see him hitting 2 threes or 3 threes.
Got you. Okay. All right. Best of luck with that tonight, Joe. And that's what I got, man. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock Eastern time. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Definitely, kind of stay light if you feel like you got some more better looks for tomorrow. And that's all I got, man. Best of luck tonight. I'm out.